Oh, hey, thanks for being here. My name's Kathy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And I'm just going to start off by being just as real as I can be. And that is this. The last thing I felt like I could do today is make a video. But here I am. So I'm going to spew out the stuff that's bothering me just for a few minutes. And then we're going to talk about something pleasant because that's what I need today. So let's go. BB cream. Why am I sweating? Makeup is not going to work well with sweating. And it's not hot in here. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just me, which is part of what we're going to talk about. Okay. I see a hair. Yep, there it is. If you're new around here, thanks for being here. I'm going to try to get pleasant. But if you're new, I do have dysautonomia. It's an autoimmune disease disorder. I don't ever know what it is. That affects your nervous system and basically all the things that your body is supposed to do without you thinking, like it just, like your heartbeat and your blood pressure. They're all messed up in me. My body doesn't do anything. Well, it does some stuff. I'm still breathing, but there's a lot of things that my body is supposed to regulate on its own that it does not. And I have been in a intense flare-up with that for about 2 weeks. A lot of fatigue, a lot of, it affects everything. It affects my sleeping and my eating and just and my emotions, everything. So I just have felt like garbage. That's a good way to say it, for a couple of weeks. And I didn't come on here last week because I just couldn't make myself. And honestly, this week I had a really hard time making myself too. But I'm here and I'm hoping, I say that what I want out of this YouTube channel is for me to be encouraged and you to be encouraged. That's my goal. And so that's why I pushed myself, that and my husband pushed me a little bit, is so that maybe I'll be encouraged when I get off here. And I'm going to try not to cry. I cry in way too many videos. It needs to stop. So anyway, I'm going to do my best to not talk about that anymore because I don't need to. Like, if you have questions about what all this entails, ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to reply to you. I just need to get my mind somewhere else for today. So let's see if we can make that happen, okay? And the fun thing, just got that all over me. The fun thing that I'm gonna talk about is a new knitting project that I'm about to start. Years ago, before 2015, because that's when my parents moved in with me. But I would go to a local yarn shop often, and especially on, I think it was Tuesdays, the same group of women just ended up knitting together there on Tuesdays, and I would go a lot. I think it started with a knit along that we all did, and then when that class was over, we just all hung around and kept coming on Tuesdays. And I was so inspired because I'm just sitting at a table knitting with people. And I've never been great at finishing projects. I'm great at starting them, but I'm not great at finishing them. So one of the things we did, there's a lady that writes patterns, and she worked part-time at that yarn shop, and she did what she called a mystery knit along, and I did 2 of them, and I finished, like, you know, I think it was a 4-week, so you don't know what you're knitting. It's a 4-week thing. You get a new clue every week, and you just knit that clue, and then you figure out pretty soon what you're making. And I mean, I finished those things in record time because we were all making the same thing. Of course, everybody had chosen different kinds of yarn, but we were all making the same thing. And so I noted, that knit shop, that yarn shop is actually closed. There is another one in town, but I just don't ever go over there. It's a lot. It takes a lot for me to go. So, anyway, this same lady does a class there occasionally, and I saw on her Instagram, or the yarn shop's Instagram, I don't know, I follow both of them, that she was doing another mystery knit along. And I thought, listen, I don't have a lack of projects. I have yarn, I have things started, but they just sit here and I don't do anything with them. And I need to be doing something. I need to be doing something with my hands. I need to be using my brain, which is harder than it used to be. I don't focus as well as I used to. I have a lot of fog sometimes in my brain. But anyway, so I noticed she was doing one, and I thought I really should do that because I'm probably not going to go into the yarn shop and do it, but it's also online. And so, you know, I'll be seeing updates where people are working on theirs, and it'll just encourage me to work on mine. So anyway, so I've been gathering yarn for the last few days. That starts next week on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll get the first clue. Now, I did ask her, I said, is this something for my home or something for me to wear? Because the yarn that I pick out is going to greatly depend on what I'm going to do with it. You know, am I putting it somewhere in my house or am I wearing it? So she said it's for the home. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I figured out it's a throw because of the amount of yarn that it's taken. I know it's not a doily, you know, I know it's not, well, I guess you crochet those anyway, but I know it's not something small because of the amount of yarn. So I have a new rug in the living room. I have, all my furniture is neutral. It's browns, tans, not tan really, yeah, tan, cream, gray, all very neutral. My couch is just solid brown. I have a chair that's solid cream, and then I have a chair with a print that has cream, gray, and tan in it. And so I bought new furniture recently, and for years I had a red couch, and I loved that red couch, but I did get a little tired of it because I just felt like there wasn't a whole lot you could do with it. You know, it's the pop of color, and it's a huge pop of color. And let's be real, I didn't try very hard. I'm not a decorator. I don't have any confidence in my decorating skills, and so when I think I like something, I always have to run it by somebody else, usually my daughter, and get her opinion. And then if she likes it too, that gives me confidence. That's bad, isn't it? Is that bad? I don't know. But that's the way I am anyway. Okay, so I bought a rug that the main background is also neutral, but it has a lot of pops of color in it. And so I have tried to pull out every color in it that I can. So I'm going to show you some yarn. And I hesitate to because you don't have the rug in here to see how it goes. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I was working with this lady and I just had a hard time getting out and going anywhere. And she said, I've got some yarn that I bought for mine. This is the lady that wrote the pattern. She said, I've got some yarn that I bought for mine. And I bought 2 skeins of each one, and I'm not going to use, I've only used one. And so you're welcome to look at those and see if it's something you want. Because I had texted her a picture of my rug. We had worked together. We talked back and forth some. So I did get out of the house yesterday long enough to meet her in a parking lot. Mark drove across town, met her in a parking lot, and she gave me that yarn to bring home and see which of it I wanted to use. And it's so crazy because when she handed it to me, I was like, oh wow, I don't know if that'll work or not. And I want you to know, I came home and laid 3 of them down on my rug, and it's like they disappeared in my rug. The colors were so perfect that they just melded into the rug. I was just amazed. And I was like, how did she do that from looking at a picture? Okay, so I'm going to show you those 3. These 3 right here are the ones that just, the colors just are gorgeous with my rug. This one right here has some, let's see, some rust colored right in there, and then some blue, and some, what's the other color? Rust and blue. Oh, and mauve. Let's see, does this have the mauve in it? Not exactly. It has the rust and the blue and different shades of it. One thing that really threw me off when I picked this up from her is that it has some purple in it. And I was like, I don't think purple's gonna work. But when I laid it down on the rug, I could not believe it. Like, the purple just disappeared. It complemented the rug so well. So now, okay, so I've got these 3 that I'm working with. I don't know that I can hold all this up for you to see, but I'm gonna try. Then I got really bold and bought some rust to orange, more orange lamps. This is going to blend those lamps in so good. I love the lamps. They're so much fun. They're a little bold for me, but I love them. Okay, this one I had. These 3 and this one came from her. This I looked at and I was like, I don't know. But when I put it on my rug, it matches perfectly with the mauve. All the colors in the rug have 2 shades or 3 shades. Mauve has a light and a dark. This rust has a light and a dark. The light is almost like a salmon color. And then, so in the meantime, I picked these up from her. I had ordered 2 yarns. Now, you cannot tell what you're getting. You think you know, but you don't. But anyway, I love this color. I know y'all are freaking out like, ooh, are y'all freaking out? Are y'all like, that will never work? Just trust me. Now, here's the one I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm trying to hold all these. The outside edge of the rug, it's not solid, but it has a lot of what looks like a navy blue in it. And I also have an old dresser that's been painted with my TV over it. And it's blue. It was painted blue and the top is wood. So I thought I was ordering a navy. This is not navy, but it is beautiful. Now, my hesitation with this one and this orange one, I'm going to use as pops of color. I got to put all this down, y'all. I'm going to use as pops of color and use them sparingly. But I really want to bring that blue out that's on the edge of the rug. This is not the exact color, but between the dark, what looks like navy on the outside, and the teal and then a much lighter teal, this really blends well. But my hesitation is that it's just so bold. This looks like aqua to me until I put it with this, and then it looks green. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited, and I cannot tell you how bad I needed to be excited about something. So, here we go. All right. Oh, let's see. One thing I didn't tell you about that is that the mystery knit-alongs I've done with her before have been foreclosed. So it was 4 weeks, and this one is 6, and because it's a large piece of something, a throw probably. So anyway, I feel like I'm gonna have something that pushes me, and I need something that pushes me gently. Yeah. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, y'all. I hate this right here. But anyway. Okay, where are we? Makeup, right? Yep, I think we're gonna do some makeup now. Let's see, seems like there was something else. I don't know what eyeshadow to use. I think I'm gonna use this. It seems like there was something else. Oh, there has been stuff everywhere in my house. So we've done a little bit of fruit basket turnover, and this room that I'm in has not had a bed, and it's just me and my husband here, but I've intended to put a twin bed in here all along, and I just had not done it. So I bought a old iron bed frame off Marketplace, and I'm going to show it to you, and the junk that's in the corner. You ready? So there's the end of the bed right there, and then over in the corner is sewing stuff that I haven't made a place for yet. So I have just like a 4-foot table, the kind that come from Costco. That's what I'm sitting at right now. And I put my makeup on in here. I read in here. I sew in here. I don't do much of any of that, but when I do that stuff, this is where I do it. So anyway, I had another one beside it while I didn't have a bed in here. Oh, and the bed doesn't have a mattress yet. It just has a box springs. I've ordered a mattress, and it'll be here next week. And the quilt that I'm supposed to be working on is for this bed. So I need to find some motivation to work on that quilt. Anyway, that other table was piled up with all that. Well, some of that sewing stuff was on top of the table, and some of it was under the table. So now that I'm actually putting a bed in here, I have to get organized. And I bought some under the bed boxes. I used to have a lot of those clear ones, but the way this bed is made, I don't want a spread that goes all the way to the floor. I just want one that goes down to the bottom of the box springs. Well, then that means that whatever's under the bed is going to show. So I found some boxes on Amazon that are black, and they have a leather looking handle to pull them out, and they have wheels on the bottom. And then when you pull them out, they're clear on the top. It zips, and it has a clear top. But you can't see that from out in the room. You can just see the black. So I think they're gonna look okay. I have a small house, And I love my small house. I don't want a bigger house. I've had a bigger one. I haven't had a huge house ever, but I've had bigger than this. And I just want to make things work because I love the quaint, homey coziness of this house. It's just me and my husband. Of course, when kids and grandkids come, it gets a little tight, but that's okay. They're not here that much, and we just really love it. So I'm trying to be, and also it's an old house, so the closets in it are small. And so I'm trying to be creative with how I store things. And I also got rid of a ton of stuff when we moved here. Okay, I know that I did not put much of that, I guess it's purple, I don't know, plum looking color, but I don't really want much, you know what I mean? I honestly did not want makeup on at all today. Listen, I already feel better. I was really struggling to get on here, and it always makes me feel better, and I know that, so I don't know why I don't, like, why do I fight it so much? I don't know. I'm gonna put just a little bit more of this in the corners. Just deepen that just a little bit. And I think that some depression goes along with dysautonomia. But I also think that that just being sick so often is enough to make you depressed. So anyway, I've had some days where I just so depressed, just crying a lot, staying on the couch doing nothing. So I know that I needed to get up and make something happen. And so here I am. This is how bad I have felt. Today, when I was thinking about getting on here, I was like, I don't want makeup on. And one of the biggest reasons I didn't want makeup on is because I got to wash it off tonight. And I haven't felt like washing makeup off at night. Some days I have felt like I could push myself to do things, and other days I have not. When I went across town to pick up this yarn, which I'm buying the yarn, she's not giving it to me. I know you probably don't care about that, but I just thought I wanted to tell you. All I did was get in the car, Mark drove, we had a return across town, and then we were going to meet her sort of in the same area. I didn't get out of the car while he did the return, and then I got out of the car just in the parking lot and went over to her car to get the yarn. And we were hoping that if I got out, sometimes when I get out, it makes me feel better and I can do more than I thought I could do. But we were hoping that I was going to feel like going and getting something to eat afterwards, but I did not. I was like, I really just need to go back home. And I was wiped out when I got home. That doesn't make any sense to me, but anyway, okay, let's curl these lashes. I honestly think what happened to bring on this flare up of dysautonomia, I have some degree of it all the time. But I definitely have flare-ups, and they're often caused by stress. And I've talked a couple of videos about having the trees down in the yard, and I had no idea how stressful that would be. That was 6 days, and I think when I came down off of the adrenaline rush from having the trees down, that I just crashed. And I've been crashed ever since then. So, and I'm taking naps during the day and then sleeping all night. I mean, I don't typically take naps, but I've been doing that off and on for 2 weeks. And I mean, just out of it in the day, like just really sleeping hard. Hey, I forgot to put some under eye stuff. I'll still do it. But anyway, I prayed about it this morning. I was like, Lord, I don't know what your faith is, but my faith is in God, and I believe He led me to this. I don't know if it's for me or if it's for you, but I hope it's for both of us. Because I do struggle getting out of the house, and I need something in my life. And I prayed about it this morning. I was like, Lord, a couple of weeks ago, I titled a video, I Got Nothing. And that's exactly how I felt. Well, I have felt that way last week and this week. Like, I got nothing. I got nothing to offer. I have nothing to give. And so I prayed that the Lord, if He wanted me to do this video today, that He would give me strength to do it. And that He would put words in my mouth, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to talk about. And I don't want my videos to always be so negative and sad. And one thing I can't do is fake it. I've never been able to fake it. I mean, whatever I'm going through, it's just written all over me. And so I knew I couldn't come on here, even if I found a subject to talk about, like knitting or whatever. I knew I couldn't come on here and just act like I was okay, because I'm not. And I'm just not good at that. So I was like, Lord, you help me. If you want me to do this, just show me what to talk about. Put words in my mouth that help people, that help me, that minister to people, So here I am. I don't know what He wants to do, with this YouTube channel, but I'm here for it, whatever it is. But anyway, I had prayed about it, and usually that's messing those up. Usually, once I do that, I'm good to go. Well, I was just still struggling. So I went in the kitchen. Mark was in there, and I said, I'm ready. I've done everything to get ready, and I've prayed about it. And I said, I'm really struggling to get on and make a video. And I said, is it one of those times where I push and do it anyway? Or is it one of those times where I just sit down and say, no, I'm not well. I'm not going to do that today. And He is very sweet, and He doesn't want to, I always get that down too far. He doesn't ever want to push me. He doesn't ever want to hurt my feelings. And I could tell He was struggling with His words. And I said, don't say what you think that I want to hear. I want to know what you really think. And He said, I think you need to make a video. And so He said, well, let's pray about it. And I said, I already have. You pray about it. I need somebody praying for me. And here I am. So I'm gonna believe that this is where God wanted me today and that He's gonna use it in some way. This is why I wear waterproof mascara. I'm a crier. I wish I wasn't so much of a crier, but I am. Okay. Let's do some lipstick. Just a little moisture. Ow. And then I'm gonna do some lip liner because I like lip liner. Oh. That went on really dark. So, I don't think, I'm not gonna put any more on my brush. I just blotted it together. That'll do. Okay, now, I'm gonna use this right here. I know that looks really scary, but it's not gonna be scary. It's like a really pretty plum. And I'm not gonna put much of it. Okay. I got makeup on. Go me. Oh, can I wait to get this haircut tomorrow? Here's what I did last time. I said I'm liking it, you know, with this little bit of growth on it, so let's don't cut much. Well, you know how one day, you know, like for days you're loving the way your hair's doing. I hate mine right now. And then all of a sudden overnight it grows out and you don't like it anymore. Well, that's what happened right after I got it cut. I told her not to cut much, and then like within 2 days of when I got it cut, I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? And I had made an appointment for 4 weeks. So after about a week, I messaged her and I said, do you have anything quicker than my appointment in 3 more weeks? And she said, I really don't. But she said, if I get an opening, I'll call you. Well, she didn't, so I'm getting that tomorrow. But I don't like all this up here. I don't. And I don't want bangs. I know that's weird, but that's just what I'm liking right now. It also just gets out of shape quick when it starts growing. Okay, thank you for hanging out with me. I wish I could say that one day I'm gonna come on here and have myself all together, and I'm not gonna cry, and I'm not gonna be sick, and all those things. And maybe, but this is who I am. This is the real me, and I'm not a good faker. Anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. And I will, let's see, will I be started on this knitting project by next week? I don't know, but maybe. But as I get started on it, I'll let you see how it's going. And what I think I might do with this blue that I'm so scared of, that I love, but I'm scared of, is I might just put a little bit in the first, because I feel like we're going to be able to choose our colors all the way through. Like, pick up any one of these you want to and work with next. Or if you're doing a stripe or whatever, pick up whatever 2 you want to work with. I might do a little bit of that in the very beginning and then just see if I'm going to like it. Okay, I'll be quiet now. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.